This is the story of 22-year-old Brianna Avelo was arrested for attempted deletion, accused of pulling out the pig poker because the victim was upset about a tip. Threw her whole goddamn life away. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Over a tip. All right, let's get to the story right here. Here is the little background information.
Say a couple and a 5-year-old girl enjoying a birthday weekend at this motel in Kissimmee were viciously attacked by a pizza delivery driver who was seeking revenge for a small tip that she received. A woman inside that room stabbed more than a dozen times. The suspected attacker, though, was not alone. News 6's Mark Lehman is live with more details on this horrific attack over what was a $2 tip mark.
So yeah, the victim told investigators the delivery driver.
There she go. Now I know some thirsty ninjas is ready to bail her out, but her Pookie was an accomplice. Right there. right there. Helping her ass, which y'all gonna learn later.
Was upset she couldn't find change to leave a larger tip. Now that attack happened about a mile from here at the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and now the suspect is facing an upgraded charge of premeditated murder.
Good morning, ma'am. Please state your name.
There she go. This is her arraignment. I'm sure she gonna plead not guilty. She gonna plead not guilty. Everyone pleads not guilty till they get the lawyer, and then they say, "Hey, we need to work out a plea deal," because at this point, there is no allegedly she did this shit. She did this shit.
A couple days after appearing before a judge, we're learning 22-year-old Brianna Alvelo is facing more serious charges in connection to a knife attack at the Riviera.
No, it's not Sky. No, it's not Sky. Why would y'all say that? Oh my God, man.
Tell the whole truth all the time.
Hotel. According to the arrest report, Alvelo was working at Marco's Pizza when she made a $33 delivery to Melinda Irizarry at the motel on Sunday. When she paid in cash, deputies say Irizarry wasn't able to find any smaller bills and eventually only left a $2 tip. Later that night,
people be wilding with the tip. Tip culture in America has gotten out of hand. It is ridiculous. It's to the point where it's just like, I think I was at a restaurant, right? And it was like, you want a tip? It was like 15%, 18%, or 22%, or custom. And like the custom, you had to search for it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Even at I was at like a store where you wouldn't even expect a tip. I can't remember. But the tip button was like covered up. They're like, oh, you just got to hit cancel if you're not going to tip and shit. I'm like, what the hell?
Investigators say video shows Alvelo returned to the motel with a man wearing a mask, and he forced Irizarry's boyfriend into a bathroom at gunpoint. Irizarry says that's when Alvelo began rifling through their belongings and stabbed her 14 times. She was taken to the hospital.
14 times. Stabbed her with the pig poker 14 times.
For emergency surgery, where she learned she was a few weeks pregnant. The next day, deputies caught up with Alvelo and arrested her at the Marco's Pizza on Chaps.
No, she didn't go back to work. No, she didn't. No, she didn't go back to work. Oh gosh. No, she got arrested at work. She like, oh yeah, we almost caught a body. We stabbed him up, we robbed him, and then what you do the next day? Back to work. Back to work. This is dumb.
Place. She's facing charges of home invasion with a firearm, kidnapping, and aggravated assault. She was originally charged with attempted murder, but that has now changed to a count of premeditated murder.
State believes that this is a punishable by life offense.
Do y'all think she should get life? I do. I think she should get life. If the woman would have died, I would have been like, okay, maybe not. I would have said the death penalty. I'm like, hey, a life for a life. I'm on some man on fire type stuff. Give me a second.
Brianna Alvelo.
At 22 years old, Brianna Alvelo could spend the rest of her life behind bars. She's accused of making a pizza.
Now, here I do have the victim speaking out. Where is the victim? The victim did do an interview. Where's it at? It's right here. Well,
Do want to head to a developing story that our Fox 35 Orlando team has been covering as a pizza delivery driver was arrested and taken to the Osceola County Jail after she's accused of stabbing.
So far, Irizarry's doctors haven't said when she'll be able to leave the hospital. Alvelo is being held without bond. Deputies are still searching for the man that she was with and asking anyone with information
why she ain't give up her boyfriend
about this case to please give Crime Line a call. In Kissimmee, Matt Trezza, Fox 13 News.
Matt, thank you so much for that report.
Came cold. I personally am not going to tip anybody. Came cold.
Hold on.
Explains what happened here. I do want to play that for you.
Here's the victim about to explain from her point of view what happened.
On Live Now from Fox.
My pizza came cold. My wings came cold. I personally am not going to tip anybody who is bringing my pizza late at an awkward time and my pizza is cold and at night, you know. So I was
Hey, I'm with her because the tip is usually on the driver, right? Your food get here code. Why you tipping?
already kind of getting confused. Like I already felt a little weird about it, but I didn't think anything of it. So when I got to the door, she seemed very sweet. She had her hair down. You know, she didn't give me no hostile energy until I gave her the money to pay. The pizza and like the order, it was about $33. I gave her two 20s and a 10. So I gave her $50. I'm expecting to receive like $17 change back, which I was going to give her a tip, you know, like I do to everybody that delivers my food. But being that it came late, being that my food was cold, being that it was an awkward time frame, and as soon as I handed this woman the money, she walked away out the door, and my door was still cracked open because I'm expecting my change back, and she just tried to walk away. And I was like, "This is how I said it. This is exactly how I said it. Hey, girl, I need my change back." And she was like, "Oh, you need your change? Well, we don't offer change."
Look, greedy little girl. She thought she was gonna get a $17 tip on a $33 order. Now, here's the thing, right? The lady did give her two 20s and a 10. So for a $33 order, why not just give her the two 20s and hold the 10? But you know, that's neither here nor there.
So she ended up with a $2 tip, which I honestly felt like she didn't even deserve because my pizza was cold. It was super late. You know, I was just like, she's already giving me attitude. About 30, 40 minutes later, we get a knock on the door, loud enough to wake us up from our sleep. So my boyfriend was like, "Oh, it's late. Don't open the door."
Boyfriend giving her sound advice. Hey, it's late. Do not open the goddamn door. You know, his life is at jeopardy too if she opened the goddamn door.
But I wasn't thinking anything of it.
Well, clearly, like this woman, you know, she about that life. I see a tattoo above that eyebrow.
You know, because
This ain't her first rodeo.
it's like I don't know if we have, you know, I've never had any altercations. I don't have any problems with anyone. I wasn't like fearing to open the door. I don't know if it was a neighbor maybe asking for something. You know, the hotel lobby manager is coming to say something to me because it was very odd. We didn't invite anyone over. So I'm like, okay, I'm curious to know who it is. I didn't look through the window or the peephole because I didn't think anything of it. I was half asleep. You know, we had just ate. I woke back up. I opened the door. As soon as I opened the door was cracked. I cracked it open. As soon as I cracked it, she put her foot on the door. And both of their backs were facing me. I couldn't see their face. When I opened the door, they both had their backs towards me.
Why in the hell would you open the door to two people with their backs to you? Like we gotta hold her. So it's a little bit of accountability on her for opening the goddamn door with two people knocking with their backs to the door.
And as soon as it opened, she kind of kicked the door with her foot and like rushed herself in. And they both just rushed in.
And you see they stand at the Momo anyway.
And she locked the door behind her. As soon as I saw that she locked the door, I realized the situation was a lot more serious than I thought I expected. It just kind of happened so quickly. And from there, as soon as he came in, he pointed the gun at me. Then he pointed the gun at my daughter. I put my hands up. I said, whoa, 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 I have my child. We don't got nothing in there. What's going on? No one said anything. I just said, I got my daughter. What is this? What's going on? They had ski mask on, so we can only see their eyes and their eyebrows, and like their body frame. But I could not. They were not recognizable at all. I was like, who are these people? What is?
Yeah, you think she gonna hold her boyfriend down? You think she gonna snitch? And yeah, Cayenne said that's why you carry. Yeah, anytime I'm in a hotel, I do got like a firearm in the nightstand.
Going on?
Even when I traveled with my daughter, I was like, oh, I had to put it up a different spot, but the firearm was there.
Like it just caught me by surprise. And once I realized the like severity of the situation, I'm like, oh my God, these people came in here to hurt us. As soon as he came in, he pointed the gun at me. Then he pointed it to my daughter, and then quickly pointed it at my partner and told him that he needs to go into the restroom in the bathroom. He just complied, put his hands up and listened to the male, and he forced him into the bathroom where he put him in the tub. He told him to go stand in the bathtub, and I could not see him anymore. I was in between both beds with my child, and he forced my boyfriend into the bathroom, and he was holding him at gunpoint the entire time.
Well, yeah, because he's the threat. The man is the threat. The man is the threat.
So, and he was getting close to him, then he would back up, then back close to his head again, then back up.
Ooh, hot take. She's gonna say he made her do it and get like 5 years with 10 years probation or some issue. Ooh. Welcome. They call me Vincenzino.
It was too much going on. So, and I'm thinking about my boyfriend, like if I react anyway, this guy may shoot my boyfriend in the head, and the situation just becomes 30 times worse. So I just was holding my daughter, telling her it's okay, everything's gonna be okay.
People won't believe that people will throw their life away over a $2 tip.
It's all right, everything is fine.
Like, people are not thinking. You got this lady who's opening the door in the middle of the night for two people with their back turned to them. You have the driver who was pissed off over a $2 tip, thinking this is a good idea. And it probably wasn't. At this point, they were probably looking to rob him. But why are you trying to rob somebody who was literally there for a birthday party? Chances are the motel may have a pool or some sort like that. And that's usually why you have the birthday party at the motel or hotel, because of the pool. And then you do all that. You robbing someone who's staying in what looks to be less than $100 a night motel. Like, it's the poor robbing the poor, more than likely.
I'm holding over her, and next thing you know, I feel a big thud on my back. I honestly thought she hit me so hard, I thought it was a punch, because you can hear like the air out of my back. And I turned around ready to defend myself. I pushed my daughter out the way onto the bed, and I told her to stay right there. And I turned around. And once I looked down on the floor, I was already bleeding all over the floor. So I realized really quickly that she didn't punch me, she stabbed me. So I'm like, she really stabbed me with this pocket knife right now. Or I'm not sure if it was a pocket knife or a regular knife, because it was like a foldable one. So I'm not exactly sure if it was a blade or a knife specifically, but it was pretty big, and it definitely did a lot of damage to my body. I turned around some more, and she just continued to stab me. She stabbed me again on my back. And after she stabbed me on my back the second time, that's when I felt a whole heap of blood just spew down my
Damn. Why would she
back.
stab
And
her?
I realized I had a huge gash on my back. and I just laid down on the bed, and she just started slicing me, just going crazy, kind of just taking her, like, she had it in the left hand, so she was just kind of like back swinging and just going crazy and just stabbing me. This really taught me, like, the willpower I didn't even know I had, you know. So
Hey, shit, you happy? You should be happy to be alive.
it's definitely a big impact, very different change. It's pretty traumatic, you know,
Yeah. Let her get the tears out.
just to go through that, you know, with my partner, as well as my daughter, seeing that whole thing. You know, it kind of.
Yeah, daughter is definitely traumatized seeing mommy getting stuck like a goddamn pig. But you know, people were speaking out. This like
I've never heard of nothing like
this shit shocked the community because it's not every day somebody gets stabbed over a $2 goddamn tip. That shit never happens.
that. I have 3 kids, but it's good to know because I'll always be aware.
So this morning, a pizza delivery driver in Florida turns violent over a bad tip.
Yeah, and now the driver in this case is being accused of stabbing someone.
Not accused. Hey, she did that shit, man. She did it. She is guilty, and we do have Uncle Ruckus who can tell you just how guilty she is.
That nigga is guilty!
Lock her ass up, give her life. But you know, Vinny, he made a good point that hey, she may just put it all on the boyfriend. Pretty privilege may work out in her favor, and she may actually just get off with goddamn probation, which would
Do want to head to a developing
a travesty. But she should definitely do some jail time. But what do you guys think? Let me know about this, and I'll see you next video.